Question number 4, Sir William Sewell.
Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Pacific Island Affairs. Did she receive advice from a ministry in relation to the Pacific Economic Development Agency proposal? If so, when?
The Honourable Georgina Te Heuheu.
Mr. Speaker, yes, on 25th of March 2010.
Sir William Sewell.
Was the description on Morning Report wrong when it said the Pacific Economic Development Agency's flimsy application had no budget, no delivery mechanism, no management structure and no outcomes? If so, why?
The order, I just want to make sure I heard that the Minister's got no responsibility for what a news agency might say. I may have misunderstood the question. The Honourable Darren Hughes, point of order.
Mr. Speaker, the member asked whether the description that was there was correct or not, whether it was wrong.
Okay,
in relation
I
to
accept the point the Honourable member makes. I invite the member, therefore, to repeat his question. Sir William Sewell.
Was the description on Morning Report wrong when it said the Pacific Economic Development Agency's flimsy application had no budget, no delivery mechanism, no management structure and no outcomes? If so, why?
The Honourable Georgina Te Heuheu.
Yes.
Question number, supplementary question, Sir William Sewell. Order. I've called order. I've called Sir William Sewell.
When she stated on Morning Report today that the Pacific Economic Development Agency appropriation is now multi-year and contestable, will groups have to apply through the Pacific Economic Development Agency, or can they apply directly to her ministry in future financial years?
The Honourable Georgina Te Heuheu.
No. No.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, I know you won't rule that we've got to have yes/no answers, but when you get either or, you just can't say no.
Well, I am always commending ministers when they give brief, concise answers. The minister said no, and I presume she meant no, it's not contestable. If it was different, the minister had better correct that impression. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, I think the quote was directly that she said it was going to be contestable. The question was whether it was contestable through PETA or whether it's contestable
to avoid confusion,
through the ministry.
Order to avoid confusion, I'd ask Sir William Sewell to repeat his question, and we'll let the minister hear it again just to make sure she's satisfied she's given the House the answer she intended. Okay. Sir William Sewell.
When she stated on Morning Report today that the Pacific Economic Development Agency appropriation is now multi-year and contestable, will groups have to apply through the Pacific Economic Development Agency, or can they apply directly to her ministry in future financial years?
The Honourable Georgina Te Heuheu.
No, they don't have to apply through PETA.
Sir William Sewell.
When will she admit to the New Zealand public and the Pacific community that this deal was forged in October 2008, committed to in 2009, stitched up in March 2010 and announced in May this year?
The Honourable Georgina Te Heuheu.
Mr. Speaker, I have no responsibility for anything that was forged at the time that he said. I wasn't even a Minister of Pacific Island Affairs at that time.
Question number 5, Kanwaljit Singh Bakshi.
Thank you, Mr.
Order.
Speaker.
Order.
My question is to Minister of Police.
Order. I apologise.